So I'm sure that he ain't gonna change. He's gonna be who he is, and again, he don't bother me. I don't think 2 seconds about none of that because he's not on my level. You know what I mean? It's like he's not talking about business. You know what I mean? It's just giving his opinion, trying to promote his son. I don't agree with. Floyd told me many years, probably 25 years ago, that what kind of person he was. But initially, I'm just being honest, I didn't believe him. I had to see it for myself. And my description of him, he's a horrible person.
Leonard Ellerbe hasn't just exposed Floyd Mayweather in his latest interview, he's stirred up serious trouble. Not only did he reveal confidential details about Floyd's finances, but he also confirmed the boxing legend's debts and bankruptcy. The former CEO of Mayweather Promotions has now made it clear, the financial struggles that once kept Floyd tied down in Dubai have come back to haunt him.
You live an American dream, man. You got 55 cars, 40 girlfriends.
Well, actually,
you're a billionaire now, right? Come on, let's salute this billionaire on stage.
But how many years ago you was broke? When I say broke, you ain't have a lot of money, you was just barely making.
He exposed Mayweather in a way that left fans wondering if this was personal, maybe even a revenge move after being ousted as CEO. Remember around this time last year, when Gervin revealed that Floyd was stuck in Dubai? That was no rumor, it was legit. He was only released on the condition that he'd settle his debts within a year. If he failed, he'd have to return to Dubai to renegotiate the terms. In a recent interview, when asked directly about Floyd's current financial state, Ellerbe first tried to sidestep the question. But the interviewer pushed back, saying the truth would help clear the air, and that's when things took a revealing turn.
Floyd had posted that you was no longer a part of Mayweather Promotions. You care to say anything about that?
There's nothing to say other than I appreciate the opportunity to do something amazing. We had an incredible run, and I'm forever grateful and thankful. Blessed. Yeah, blessed. Yeah, blessed.
I love to hear that shit.
According to Ellerbe, Floyd Mayweather failed to settle his debt on time and was forced to return to Dubai to honor his commitment. His trip back to the Arabian city happened around the same time he was making headlines for all the wrong reasons, like the bogus claim of buying a $42 million mansion in New York, outstanding debts to multiple jewelry stores and organizations, and ongoing tax fraud allegations. It might seem like he's trying to run from his problems, but that's not the case. In fact, things are even more intense for him in Dubai. Over there, his debts reportedly total in the hundreds of millions. While he does owe money to a few jewelers and has tax issues here, his legal and financial troubles in Dubai are on another level. Once he's done dealing with that storm, he'll still have to come back and face the consequences here too. To the shock of many, Leonard Ellerbe revealed that he left Mayweather Promotions due to Floyd Mayweather's financial misconduct and mismanagement of the company. "I had to walk away," Ellerbe admitted. "It was heartbreaking, but necessary. Floyd has made a series of bad decisions, and I've taken the hit for too many of them. I couldn't keep going like that, it had gone on for far too long."
Number of years, and what is it about him that sort of reviews?
He's always been jealous of Floyd. He's always been jealous of Floyd, and if that ain't obvious, I don't know what it is, you know.
In response to Ellerbe's claims, fans flooded the comments section with their thoughts. Many pointed to Mayweather's extravagant lifestyle as a key factor, noting that countless athletes go broke after retirement due to reckless spending and bad investments. Some also questioned whether Floyd exaggerates his net worth, suggesting that maintaining the image of extreme wealth is central to his brand. One fan wrote, "It's more about how insanely much he spends, this is typical post-retirement athlete behavior." Another chimed in on the Dubai situation, saying, "Not exactly. Only his primary passport would be flagged, he could technically still travel. It's not unusual for employers in the UAE to hold passports. My guess? He's crossed paths with a royal family member, and they have serious influence."
Just barely making it.
Today, I ran all the way here.
Why?
Because I could even buy a bus ticket.
That's crazy.
But you still had 55 cars.
No, I don't.
What happened?
Well, I bought myself some crack.
Dang.
And then more crack.
Speculating on the real reasons behind Floyd's trip, another fan commented, there are actually several possible reasons he's stuck in Dubai right now. One is money laundering. Another is that he blew through his credit limit at a casino, lost everything, then tried to leave without paying, claiming he'd write a check or provide a letter of obligation. That didn't fly, and the casino owner had the police block his plane from taking off until the debt was settled. Asterisk. Meanwhile, a trolling fan took a jab at Floyd's flashy online persona, mocking him for flaunting wealth on social media while allegedly drowning in debt. Asterisk, from now on, he's not Floyd Money Mayweather, he's Floyd No Money Mayweather. He's broke. Between flexing for the gram and paying for women, he's burned through his fortune. Now he's stuck in Dubai, owing the wrong people, being held until he pays up. From superstar to half a star. Asterisk.
Not with the disrespect thing, that's just something I don't get into. Floyd's a legend in this sport. He's accomplished everything in the sport, beat everybody's TBE.
The former CEO of Mayweather Promotions revealed that Floyd Mayweather had greatly overestimated the profits from his last exhibition fight. According to him, Floyd was only released from custody because that fight was seen as his last shot at paying off his mounting debts. It was his financial lifeline.
No, none of these guys like Floyd. Floyd was.
However, Ellerbe revealed that Floyd Mayweather only made around $20 to $25 million from that fight, far short of what he owes in Dubai. That's why he's now pushing hard to lock in an exhibition bout with Jake Paul. If he fails to pay back the debt after all this time, things could take a serious turn for the worse. What makes Ellerbe's claims even more baffling is that Floyd shows no signs of cutting back. Despite his financial troubles, he continues to flaunt an extravagant, luxury-filled lifestyle without missing a beat.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on the regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
Leonard Ellerbe has come under fire from fans, with many accusing him of being a traitor for leaking confidential details about Floyd Mayweather since his departure from Mayweather Promotions. But what most people don't realize is that Mayweather was the first to betray their partnership. Long before Ellerbe began exposing Floyd's misdeeds, it was Floyd who crossed the line. Initially, Ellerbe remained silent about Mayweather's debts and controversies. However, after parting ways with the company, he finally broke his silence. Since then, Ellerbe has reportedly been working against Floyd, providing federal agents with key information about his whereabouts and assets.
Guess what? You can do the same. It's all about making power moves.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And I'm point like this because all of them, we're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do.
Although Rick Glazer also confirmed the situation, Floyd Mayweather's public appearances led many to believe the allegations were either false or that he had somehow negotiated his way out of Dubai. However, in a new twist, Leonard Ellerbe has now asserted that Mayweather was indeed held in Dubai and that his release came with strict conditions. According to Ellerbe, all of Floyd's bank accounts were frozen until his debt was paid off. Ellerbe's position as the former CEO of Mayweather Promotions gave him inside access to this information, knowledge he claims he had even before Gervonta Davis did. And while Floyd may be back in the US, Ellerbe insists that he's still financially and legally entangled in Dubai, effectively held down by unresolved obligations.
All this money made. No partners. How about myself? For 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
While Leonard Ellerbe didn't provide further details about Floyd Mayweather's detainment, several leaks in recent weeks have given boxing fans hints about what might have happened. According to Ellerbe, Mayweather was given a substantial sum of money at a casino but lost it all gambling. Since there are no legal casinos in Dubai, it's believed that the casino was a private one. As a result of his losses, Mayweather's private jet was allegedly surrounded by police at the airport, and his funds were rendered useless. His accounts were reportedly blocked, preventing him from leaving the country.
Just out of curiosity, bro, you said that Floyd was kidnapped by the Abu Dhabi folks. Any comment on that?
And again, like I was just saying, again.
Mayweather's detainment in Dubai allowed him to move freely within the city and live as lavishly as he pleased on one condition: he couldn't leave the country. To ensure he didn't attempt to escape, Dubai authorities stationed security agents around his private jet. It's widely believed that Floyd Mayweather owes an enormous sum, likely in the hundreds of millions of dollars, and as a result, he's been paying off more than $20 million in debt each month. Instead of making smarter financial decisions, he's continued to live his extravagant lifestyle, which has only led to further debt. What's also notable is that Dubai has a reputation for detaining Americans who owe significant amounts of money, and the media has been eerily silent on the rumors surrounding Mayweather's situation. Even the White House has not commented on the reports. Recently, Mayweather has faced increasing trouble, with his former protege exposing many of his hidden motives and even revealing that he scammed people in Mexico. Ellerbe's evidence of Floyd's financial instability aligns with rumors shared by Gervonta Davis, who stated that Mayweather is being held against his will. Leonard Ellerbe, who has always been tight-lipped about Floyd's affairs, has never been one to openly discuss his former boss until now.
I want to talk a little about big news came down yesterday. Leonard Ellerbe no longer in at Mayweather Promotions. Seems like that's happened a couple times over the course of the years back. I remember years ago I was thinking Richard Schaefer was going to take over, but now apparently that is happening. Thoughts on Leonard Ellerbe making his way out?
I think Leonard is still in a good position. I don't think that there was any animosity.
After leaving Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellerbe has ventured into a new field, women's college basketball, and his entry into this booming industry has already proven successful. Ellerbe attended a press conference in State College, Pennsylvania, on Monday morning, where he announced the transfer of one of his clients to Big Ten rival Penn State. As McMiller's advisor for nil deals, Ellerbe is now making waves in the college sports world. Ellerbe had been at the helm of Mayweather Promotions for 17 years, helping promote Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view events, including the historic May 2015 fight against Manny Pacquiao, where Mayweather secured an undefeated, unanimous decision victory at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. However, after parting ways with his longtime associate last June, Ellerbe has shifted focus to his new career path, already reaping the rewards.
Of course, Leonard is very wrapped up in PBC type stuff here with this promotion and everything that they do. Do you think that played any part in him leaving Mayweather Promotions?
I guess it could have played a part. In between the motions, working on and not working together.
The Mayweather-Pacquiao fight generated over $600 million in total revenue and set a U.S. pay-per-view record with approximately 44 million buys. However, the now former CEO of Mayweather Promotions found himself at the center of a situation that led to his departure. Floyd Cash Mayweather made the announcement on Instagram, revealing that Ellerbe was leaving the company. Richard Schaefer, the former CEO of Golden Boy Promotions, has since taken over Ellerbe's role. One fan commented, "It's about time people started defending this guy. For years, maybe they haven't woken up yet, but I have. I've talked a lot of trash about him before, and just because he was Tank's promoter, people blindly loved him." Asterisk.
I mean, yes. But I don't think there was no, like I said, I don't think there was no animosity or anything, because even Floyd always spoke as, he would always say that, now he may have place, because he can always get his people on out.
Or do you think it was a little difficult for Leonard being in a tough spot, because obviously very close to Tank here, and then...
One fan had a stranger critique, saying, "I'm not sure why, but his facial hair always looked completely odd to me. It just didn't seem real." For that reason, I've always disliked the guy. Asterisk another fan shared, asterisk it's crazy how Ellerbe was such a key figure at Mayweather Promotions from the start. I still remember when he went from being Floyd's head masseuse to CEO. He took that massage job so seriously, licking his lips while massaging Floyd's head in the corner. Asterisk. Meanwhile, another fan had harsh words for Ellerbe's replacement, insisting, asterisk Mayweather Promotions isn't going anywhere without Ellerbe. Asterisk.
Of course, we know Floyd and Tank had their ups and downs, so mostly downs recently. So you think that was?
Yeah, that makes it tough. That makes it tough. That makes it where, he basically, because a lot of times friends want you to pick sides. But, Leonard's smart enough not to pick sides.
Schaefer has struggled significantly over the past 8 years. If you track his record, it's clear he's failed on multiple fronts. He couldn't secure TV coverage for WBSS from the start, something that should have been an easy win. On top of that, his 2 promotional companies have been massive flops, and the fighters signed to him have seen their careers take major hits. It's like he's in a strikeout streak in baseball. While there were rumors of similar setbacks, the recent news of Ellerbe's departure still came as a shock. Ellerbe has been Floyd Mayweather's close confidant since the early days of his career, but with the decline of Mayweather Promotions in recent years, it seems that relationship has shifted.
Not to pick sides, just kept the business.
It seems like Mayweather Promotions is kind of, over the last few years, not had the place of prominence it had previously. Do you think that was part of it too, or it seemed like it's kind of more of an afterthought at this point?
I just think that
Floyd's uncle, Jeff Mayweather, has shed light on how Leonard Ellerbe managed the rocky relationship between Davis and Mayweather. While Floyd has occasionally criticized Davis since the boxer left his promotions company, things had escalated to the point where Davis started rumors about Floyd being stuck in Dubai. The two even began publicly attacking each other on social media. In response to a question about the situation, Jeff acknowledged that it was incredibly difficult for Ellerbe to navigate. However, he pointed out that, often, friends try to push you to pick a side. Despite this pressure, it seems Ellerbe chose a more measured approach. As Jeff said, Leonard is smart enough not to take sides and simply stayed focused on business.
it got to a point where, I started hearing a lot of young fighters saying that, they're not getting fights.
I guess it could have played a part, Jeff said. If you're stuck in the middle of 2 promotions, working with one and not the other, yeah, it could create tension. But I don't think there was any animosity or anything like that. Jeff clarified that the split between Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe stemmed from Ellerbe's reluctance to sever ties with Al Haymon. Floyd had always emphasized that, when Al Haymon was involved, his fighters had a guaranteed spot on Haymon's shows. While Jeff insisted there was no bad blood between the two and that they remain on good terms, it will be interesting to see how Mayweather Promotions fares under Richard Schaefer's leadership in the boxing world. Floyd initially shared his decision on social media, but after it was widely misinterpreted by both fans and boxing professionals, the undefeated legend decided to go live. He had previously posted an old picture of himself with Richard Schaefer on Instagram, accompanied by a caption that outlined the reasons for parting ways with Leonard Ellerbe and Mayweather Promotions.
So what do you think about, Richard Schaefer obviously tightening the sport for many, many years? Do you think that was a good move for Floyd?
Jeff Mayweather also addressed an internal issue that may have contributed to the split between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Leonard Ellerbe. He revealed that many young fighters under Mayweather Promotions were voicing complaints about not getting enough opportunities to fight. Jeff claimed that Ellerbe was spending more time with PBC, neglecting his primary duties. I'm starting to hear a lot of young fighters saying they're not getting fights, and who's to blame for this? I have no idea, Jeff said with a look of concern. Basically, if you can't get work, you have to do something. That's all for now. For the latest updates on news, events, and everything happening in the world of boxing, make sure to stay connected by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on our quality content. Until next time, peace.